Hi everyone, welcome back to my booktube channel. I'm Charlotte, and in today's video I'll be doing a book review for the Via LaVie duology. I was sent these two books to read and review, and I'm so excited to share my thoughts with you guys on this middle grade series. First, I'm going to be talking about them separately, and then I'm going to be talking about the kind of duology as a whole. And it isn't really finished yet. I don't know if they're going to make more books, but it was not made to be a duology. So I don't know if there's going to be more books or if this is just how it is. But currently I am calling it a duology because there are two books. Okay, this is the very first book in the series. This is Via LaVie and the Friendship Code. So I rated it a 4.75 star. I really enjoyed it, and I think it was a great first book from these three authors. It was written by a father, daughter, and then a more well-established, well-known author as well. I feel like the writing was super fun and very engaging. There was not one point in this book where I was bored. So basically this book follows Via LaVie. She is a 5th grader, and we're following her through a mystery she is solving that happens at a science fair. Via really loves STEM, and she's a little bit different than her friends, and she is kind of anxious about starting middle school. Personally, I found Via a very relatable character. She's not like a completely weird nerdy kid no one likes, but she's also not like a super preppy popular girl, and I can relate to that a lot. I felt like Via was a very well written character, so I really liked how Via learned from her mistakes in this book. It also learned to use her tendencies that cause mistakes to cause good things and to use them well, because she is very impulsive. She tends to act before thinking, and I feel like she learned how to use those for good instead of bad. I really enjoyed the pace of the story. I felt like it was very consistent. I liked the overall time that we followed, and overall I'm just really glad I got the chance to read this book. Now I'm going to be sharing with you guys something that I wrote down on some note cards. These are my pro and cons for Via LaVie and the Friendship Code. Okay, my pros are fun writing. I felt like the writing was really fun. It was unique. I liked how you could really tell what Via was feeling in each scene. I liked how it was relatable for all kinds of girls. This book followed a different variety of girls of different nationalities and personalities. That rhymed. And I really enjoyed the aspect of this book. Thirdly, I liked how she learned lessons of perseverance and determination. I really liked, this is one of my favorite parts of the story, is how she befriended the new girl at her school. I feel like that might sound kind of generic, but personally I really liked how girls are going to get the chance to read about that and how that is encouraged. I know what it is like to be the new kid, honestly more than a lot of people, because I move a lot, and I loved how quickly Via was willing to befriend KP even though she was different from the rest of the people at her school. I really enjoyed that aspect. I also really liked the charm and uniqueness of this book. A lot of times if you're just writing a basic middle grade story that follows a 5th grader going to public school, it can be really boring or generic, but I felt like this was done in a really great, unique way. Now, I only have one con about this book, and that is honestly something that comes with a lot of middle grade books, and that is the parents or adults. Via and her older brother Kai did lie to their parents a lot to do what they wanted to do, and sometimes, actually a lot of times, that bothers me during middle grade books, just because I kind of wish parents were written more as somebody that you can turn to for help. That was the only thing I would have changed about this book. I felt like her parents weren't bad characters, they weren't put in a bad light, but they were lied to, and they didn't really ever know what was going on in their kid's life, which is a little bit rough for me to read about. So overall, this book is a 4.75 stars. I'm so glad I got the chance to read this one, and I think you should definitely go and read it too. I'd recommend this for the middle grade ages 8 through 12, but of course anybody can enjoy this. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the second book in the series. This is Via LaVie and the Secret Key. Now this one follows Via through her summer of going into 6th grade and then part of her 6th grade year. And that is kind of, I'm just gonna come out right out and say it, a con for me, just because I felt like the whole first half of the book took place at a STEM science camp for girls, which I loved. I loved the setting, the vibes, and how it was described, and the mystery she was trying to solve there. And then suddenly she's starting 6th grade and all the summer vibes are gone, and it's just kind of a big time switch. So I felt like the consistency of the timeline was not something I personally liked. I just felt like it covered too much time. It kind of covered a year all in the second half of the story. Like the first half was day by day at the summer camp, and then the second half was like just kind of flying through trying to finish things up. Personally, I would have preferred if the third book took place during her 6th grade year and this one just focused on the science camp, but then again, that is a personal preference that really has nothing to do with the writing itself. So this book follows Via, like I said, she's going to a summer camp that focuses on STEM, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the science camp and all the things she learned and the mystery she was trying to solve about her grandma. My pros for this book are she stayed true to herself while learning to improve from her mistakes. Basically, everything that I said about the first book that is in the pros was also in this book, so all the things that I listed that I liked about the first one, I also liked about this one. I feel like the writing was great and it actually improved, which I love seeing from new authors. The writing improved. This one read a lot better than the other one. Even though I loved the first one, this one was just even better. This was better than so many modern books that I've read that are popular. And this is kind of a pro and con at the same time. So my con is that there were really no male characters in this book for Via to look up to or to befriend. I feel like it was all girls, 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 which there really is nothing wrong with. I just wish there would have been some more male representation, just so girls can learn to look up to men at the same time as women. But even though there were only girl characters that were adults, they were still people that were good to look up to, and I did like the adult representation better in this one than I did the first book. So great job on improving that, and I'm excited to see how it all comes together if there is a third book, because I really hope there is a third book. So overall, I rated this a 4.25 star just because of the two cons I talked about, the lack of male characters and the pacing over the whole year. But then again, that is a personal preference. I don't really know what I would rate covers, but I like this one a lot more than the first one. I love the colors on it. I love all the little drawings and how, just like the first one, it really connects with the story. I really love that. Again, the title connects with the story as well. And I honestly just love this duology overall. So yeah, that is my review for the Via LaVie books. I really hope the authors will write more in the series. I'm just gonna keep saying that until they do, because I really, really love these. I'm so happy that I own them. I can put them on my bookshelf and I can recommend them to young girls. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say for my book review. Make sure to check out these books on Goodreads. Go check out my in-depth review on Goodreads where I list all the content warnings. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day, and make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye!